earth is burned up and a quarter of this, I always think of America. You know, you always think, oh, it's going to be somebody else. It's going to be somebody else. But I'll tell you this much: by the time a temple ever gets rebuilt, and in Jerusalem, and we start the second half of the tribulation period, most of America will be dead. So concentrate on just the first half. Getting through the first half. Because like I said, when Maitreya arrives, and I'm not real worried about it. I mean, if you're in fear of it, you shouldn't be. Because the Lord will protect His own. He will protect the Church of Philadelphia. He'll have safe havens that He will take His people to. A lot of people believe in a mid-trib rapture. Well, He'll rapture the bride. But if you look at the fifth seal, millions and millions of souls under the altar who have been brought through persecution. These are the souls that were martyred during the martial law and the persecution that Maitreya and then this Jesus, Sananda, will enforce on the world. And so, if you look at the first beast of Revelation 13, the first thing he does is go after the Christians. This is before the false prophet even arrives. The false prophet arrives in like verse 10, verse 11. Before the false prophet even arrives, the first beast has been after the Christians and in persecution. And this is exactly what I see. You know, he does come after the believers because he's angry. I've always said that when Maitreya arrives, he's pissed off. He's angry. And the reason he's angry is because the Lord's warriors have wiped out most of his forces. And so, in retaliation, he comes after the believers, the church in America. And so, it's a war. There's going to be martial law. And I've always said Hillary Clinton's name's always been all over martial law, which is why I heavily believe she'll be the president she'll be the next president. Definitely option. There's three options there. Bush stays in office, then you have Hillary as president, or you have Obama. I believe Obama's just being put there to boost Hillary's presence, to boost her up into being president, because he's not even human. The Bible codes refer to him as a lizard. He's just a lizard. He's here to play a game. They were going to build him up alongside Hillary and then take him out, and which leaves Hillary as the top Democratic presidential candidate. And of course, she would just either way they want to do it, she could rig all the voting machines if she wanted to, which they're already doing. And so either way, she's going to be there at the top. She's always heavily involved with this martial law in America in 2009, 2010. So that's another caution, you know. Is the Lord giving us a whole year to prepare for this, or is it happening this year? Because I can't commit to either one. I can't tell you which way it's going to go. I just know it's coming. I just can't tell you which year is 2009, because it could be this year, it could be next year. I've been warning about 2009 since 2001, you know. So 2009 is going to be the year from hell, and that's exactly what it's going to be. The Bible code's strangely silent about 2008. Strangely silent. And so that's why I'm thinking the time has moved up. Or he's just giving us a year to get ready for 2009. But from what I believe, our years of preparation are over. And we're going to start seeing some action here in America. And that's one thing that we haven't seen. Pretty much wars have been everywhere else and not affecting America. And so we're going to see it here eventually. Things to look for, things to watch for. Keep your eyes on the Middle East. This Maitreya arriving, building up his alliance with Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya. I do believe there'll be a war with Assyria between Israel and Syria. Email from somebody from Lebanon last year. And you know what? Mount Nebo is one of their headquarters. And so, if you're in northern Israel, I believe that's where Mount Nebo is. We need to get more Oregon out that way, especially in Israel. I know we've got some out there. We've got some Oregon warriors out there. But if we could even saturate it all the more, it would knock out the IZL's capability to put on this panoramic show of Earth's history. And that's what we need to target, because that in itself is going to fool and deceive a lot of people when they're able to pull out footage from 2,000 years ago because they've been filming for thousands of years. Satan has this technology where he can film probably the eye in the sky thing you see in NASA pictures. You hear about the eye in the sky, and every once in a while you get a weird picture or glimpse of a big eye in the sky. He's been filming life on Earth, and they're going to pull a lot of this out and manipulate the crucifixion of Jesus. And so to prevent people from being deceived into buying that the Sananda is the Jesus that was crucified, it would be better off just prevent the whole thing from happening. And so if we could saturate that area, I see Negev Desert in the codes, and so something makes me think that either it's going to be, I think there's a nuclear facility in the Negev Desert that might be bombed. Either it's bombed or it's where Maitreya hangs out for a while, because Negev Desert comes up. Just a lot of work to do in the Mount Nebo area. Lebanon's probably pretty much caught in the middle between this coming war between Israel and Syria. But there's been a prophecy, I think it's in Isaiah or Habakkuk, it's one of the two, about Damascus being destroyed. It's never been fulfilled, and so that one's going to be fulfilled. Damascus being destroyed. I don't know about America and Iran going... What I find interesting, I guess I should say, is that whatever Iran does, Bush is behind him. He's actually this big supporter of Iran. So everything you hear in the news about America threatening and going after Iran and threatening war, he's only doing what Maitreya wants because to get ready for his own arrival, because Bush is friends with this Iranian idiot over there. I don't remember his name. Can't remember it right now. I'm going to say Musharraf or a mini Dajjab, a mini brain cell, that's it. They're actually friends, and so they're working together. Another thing about this whole thing with India going on, because India always dominant, because in Delhi, India, their capital, is where this whole alchemy thing is coming out of. It's where they are now, this Maitreya and all of his little ascended master freaks. They're not just flying in spaceships, they're also here on Earth. We do have some that do fly, and this Sananda, this terrestrial Jesus that's coming, that Israel's going to embrace as Jesus Christ, and probably most of the churches here in America. I won't just blame that one on Israel. But even being, if most of the churches in America are still alive at that time, he does fly a huge UFO ship. It's about a mile long, called the Capricorn. You'll hear the Ashtar Command talk about it in their own writings. They have forums online, folks. Aliens are online. I have a book, Aliens on the Internet. They are online, and they do have websites and forum lists. And I've been trying to tell people they're very high tech. They're the ones who gave us the Internet. It was funny because you hear Al Gore saying he was the one who created the Internet. It wasn't necessarily Al Gore, but the being that was speaking through him, because Al Gore is totally possessed to the hilt. And it is controlled by and run by the aliens in the background. And they're the ones who have all the backdoor access to your computer. And they've shown the government how to do that. The CIA is an arm of the Vatican. The arm of the Vatican is an arm of Satan. It's Satan's main arm. Satan operates the Vatican through the Black Pope position. That person just being a right-hand man of Satan's. And so you just see everything. Everyone's an arm and 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 an arm. Everyone's controlled by somebody else. You start to see this chain of command thing, and it goes everywhere. But the computer definitely being